Okay, as promised, I'm back from Australia. Well, you know that I'm back from Australia. I've been back about almost 2 months now because I came back from Australia and went to Jamaica. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about my past life regression experience, and not just a past life regression. I just want to show you the synchronicity that led up to the past life. So last year, 2012, I was in California, and I left Florida, I went to California, and really not really sure what I was doing in California. I knew I wanted to be there for a while, but I knew I wasn't going to live there. So I'm in California, and someone called me and they said, "Kirk, when are you returning to Florida?" And the words came out of my mouth, "I don't know when I'm coming back to Florida because I'm going to Australia." And it just didn't make sense to me because I didn't have any plans to go to Australia, but at the same time, it wasn't a lie. It just felt really right and really natural. So I thought about it, discarded the thought, and about 2 weeks later, someone else called and said, "Kirk, when are you coming back to Florida? Will you be here for December?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I won't be there because I'm going to be in Australia for a month." And again, it's like, where's this thought coming from? Why am I saying this? Because I don't have any engagements in Australia. As a matter of fact, I don't have anything booked in Australia. I've sold a few CDs there, but I don't know anyone to bring me to Australia. Around maybe July of 2012, I left California and drove to New Jersey. Now I'm in New Jersey, I'm at my mother's house, and my phone rang. And it's someone from Australia asking to speak to Kirk Nugent. I'm Kirk Nugent. And long story short, they're booking me to come to Australia for a week in December. So the person that was doing the booking got on the phone with me and said, "Listen, I want to get on a Skype call with you in a few weeks." So once we did the Skype call, because remember in California, I'm telling this person, I'm going to be in Australia for a month. Got on the Skype call, and after speaking for about 3 or 4 minutes, the gentleman said, "Oh my God, Kirk, I love your energy." That's what he calls me, Kirk. "Kirk, I love your energy. You have to come to Australia for more than a week. How long can you stay?" I said, "I can stay for whatever." He said, "Okay, I'm going to change the flight." And they booked me for basically a month. So I was in Australia for the entire month of December, and that just came out. I didn't know where it came from. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I need you to pay attention to how your life unfolds and the things that you're saying, the things that come up from the unconscious. That's what I'm going to talk about today. So go back before Australia. In 2010, I discovered this woman. Not I discovered her. It's not like how Columbus discovered America and people were already here. So I didn't really discover her. I came in the awareness that such a woman exists, Dolores Cannon. And when I started reading Dolores' work, it resonated with me. She had this thing about answering the call, and Earth was in trouble. She just had this whole idea of what's going on the planet, and very much resonated with me. So Dolores Cannon resonated with me, and now I'm in Australia. I'm about to connect the dots for you. I'm in Australia, and the experience there changed my life. I connected with Bhavani and Bharat, and just meeting those two people, along with a lot of other people, it just totally changed my life. So I'm back in the States, and Bhavani called me and told me she's going to be in Virginia. I said, "Oh, Bhavani, I got to see you." So went to Virginia, and I'm having this conversation with Bhavani this past weekend, and she said to me, "Kirk, do you know who Dolores Cannon is?" I said, "Bhavani, I love Dolores Cannon. Are you kidding me? Her work was what turned me on to all this other information." She said, "Oh, well, you know, I studied under Dolores and I do past life regression." "Really? Baby, you got to regress me, because I've always had this desire to do a past life regression." So she said, "Okay, no problem." So long story short, because I want to connect the dots and just show you everything is connected, and you have to pay attention to the things that you're saying, because everything is relevant, and your subconscious mind has a lot more information than the conscious is aware of. So I did the past life regression, and in one of the scenes, in my in-between life, so to speak, I'm there, wherever there is, in the spirit world, with a council, like maybe 6 other people, old wizard, really wise men. And they're looking in the crystal ball, and they're saying there's a problem with Earth, and we really need to shine more light. Things need to be done because the Earth is moving on this path where the frequencies are right and the vibrations are right. So I was the youngest of the elders, still an older guy, but I'm very cocky, very arrogant. I'm like, "What do you need, light? I can go to Earth and shine light. I'm out of here." And they say, "Wait a minute, Kirk, it doesn't really work like that, because you lose your memory, you don't remember, all this thing could go wrong." And I'm still being very arrogant. "Man, I got mad light. I can go to Earth and shine some light. I got this. I'll be back." Next scene, I'm in the womb and I'm terrified. I'm in the womb and I'm listening to my mom and my dad arguing, and I'm realizing I'm about to enter a place where there's no love. I'm going to be born into a family where it's void of love, and I'm terrified. I'm crying, I'm scared. But a minute ago, I was up there in the heavenly realm talking about, man, I can shine as much light and all this other nonsense, right? So anyway, let me show you how the dots are connected now. I come to earth, and the poem Answer the Call. Because I remember after I heard Dolores Cannon, I wrote this poem. When it comes to who I am, I'm severely clear, my dear. No fear on this new frontier, because I've been planning this trip for many light years. You had your World War I, and the universe watches. World War II, you exploded the atomic bomb, and there was no judgment in our part because the ego detaches. But the alert regarding Earth was warning. The kids have found the matches. We need a team to go down to this land of natural beauty. But be careful when you enter Babylon, for they will slaughter you for less than rubies. So there I stood. Kirk Nugent, light worker, system buster, illusion crusher, answering the call of duty. So I came through to answer this call and totally forgot my power, my strength, my source. I'm terrified, I'm scared, I'm in the womb. Came out. Now, what I've found, because I don't want to make this video too long and fill you with all the details, but what I've found from just this past life regression, one, the poem Answer the Call was a blueprint. I wrote that. As a matter of fact, I didn't write it, but the team of us sitting at the table wrote that poem and said, Kirk, whenever you lost your way, you can always find your way by going back to this poem. Everything that you need is in this particular poem. Not only everything that you need is in the poem, but the people, your team, when they hear that poem, they will know to go out and find you. And that's how I got to Australia. The people who brought me to Australia heard the poem Answer the Call, immediately found me and brought me there. So it all made sense. Now, the other things that I just want to share really quickly, and what I'm telling you to pay attention to your life, is sickle cell. I want to know, why did I come here with sickle cell? And I'm understanding how well sickle cell has served me, because I knew one or two ways in which it served me, but not the many ways that I use it. Just really brilliant. In my previous lives, at least the one that I visited in this past life regression, I always had a position of authority. I was always either someone very wealthy or someone in power, someone ruling a kingdom, or a Viking captain of a ship. So I was always in a position of power. And because I was in a position of power, women always flocked to me. But I never felt like it was really true love. So I came in this time and said, you know what? I'm going to set up some tests. So the first thing that I do, and I never noticed it until it came up and I realized, yeah, that is my pattern. The first thing that I do when I get in a relationship, if I believe I love this person and I want to be with this person, the first thing I do for a test, I have a sickle cell crisis. Now, if they stay and nurse me back to health, that's a sign that we can move forward. One relationship that I had, and I really wanted that relationship to work, when I was much younger, in my teenage years, I was sick. I was in the hospital for 9 days, and the girl that I was in a relationship with never visited me. And because of that, I just didn't trust her. I couldn't let her in because I just felt like if something ever happened, she wouldn't be there for me. So that's the first test. I'm going to have a sickle cell crisis. If I love you, chances are I'm going to have a sickle cell crisis. And all my former girlfriends can attest to this truth. Second test that I do, and to this date, no one has passed this test. They passed the first test, but the second test, no one has ever passed. And I'm not saying that all my relationships end because of the second test. We broke up, and not everyone got tested, so I don't want you to go back and judge everybody that I've dealt with, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, the second test is, after I do the sickle cell crisis thing, if you stay, then I need to know that I can build a future with you, because in all my previous lives, people have loved me for my wealth. So the next thing that I do, I collapse my finances. I'm completely broke. For some reason, I'm not getting any bookings, nothing is working, and my finances collapse. And usually, that's when they're gone. So sickle cell has served me in another way as well, where I also knew that what I came here to do would be very challenging. And just in case I felt like I needed a way out, sickle cell was an emergency exit. I could always have a sickle cell crisis, die, and leave, as opposed to killing myself and having people feeling a lot of guilt. So I made all these different agreements that it look in the conscious world that it doesn't serve me, but it served me in so many different ways. So basically what I'm saying to you is, there are no accidents. Everything's a choice. And if you go back, not necessarily you don't have to do a past life regression, I'm just telling you what happened with mine. Everything in my life served a purpose. and everything in your life serves a purpose. But a lot of times we're just so caught up in the density of this reality that we can't see the purpose, and it makes so much sense to just really relax and meditate and go within and ask for the answers, because the answers are there and they're really accessible to you. So I wanted to make this video just to let you know what my experience was. I really enjoyed it, and as the days went by, I had more and more clarity. Just more things started coming to me and more things started making sense, and I don't think I've ever been this clear before in my entire life. And just a lot of synchronicity. Even me coming here, when I came and decided, okay, I want to do this mission and I'm going to do it, 2 of my team members decided they will come down and support me. And one came down before, and that's my sister, my younger sister, and she's always supported me. No matter what I've done in life, she's always been there to support me. And the other person that came through, I told you before, when we were at the table, I was the youngest one, and all the other wise men, they were older. So the other person that came through was my son, Javon. And I remember always saying to Javon, Javon asked me something, I said, Javon, you're so wise, you know this. You're wiser, you're older soul, you know this. And I'm always encourage him to believe in who he is and that he's much wiser than he's actually remembering. And lo and behold, I see him in the spirit life coming down to support me. And that's what Javon has always done, my son. No matter what's going on, he always found a way to support me. When last year I was going through a very dark time, depressed, completely depressed, out of it, Javon left New Jersey, flew to Florida to see me, and he said, Dad, you know, whatever I need to do, you just let me know. Gave me money, said, go put the Nugent's name back on the map. I need you to be okay. So he is a part of my team, my sister's a part of my team, and all the people now that I met in Australia are definitely a part of the team. So in your life, look for the synchronicities, look for the things that you're saying that you don't know why you said it. Like the way I said, I'm going to Australia, when I had no idea why I said it, but I knew it wasn't a lie. So those are just some of the ways to connect the dots. I don't know if I would encourage everyone to do a past life regression, because it's really based on your belief system, and a lot of people believe this is just a one life that you have, and when you die, chances are either going to go up or down. And if that's your belief, you probably shouldn't get involved with a past life regression. But I just think we're so much more than we remember. And I'm always open to exploring different doors. I'm very open. I'm always open to new ideas, new ways of remembering. And this was one of the best things that happened to me, because it really helped me to be clear. I'm very clear what I'm here to do and how I'm going to do it, and even clear to who my team and my support is. And it's just a really good feeling. I told you when I came back from Australia, it was a time of healing, and everything is so synchronistic right now. I just believe that we're all operating in a place where if we operate, and this again was something that came up, and I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you operate from the heart chakra, just from your heart, be heart-centered and up, those higher chakras, those higher vibration, your life will unfold in the way that you want it to, in the way that you organize it to. So this is really a time to be in love, to be in peace, and to trust yourself, to trust the way that your life is unfolding, because there are absolutely no accidents. I could sit here for hours and tell you all the other details. I was under, if that's the word that you use, I don't know the word you use for past life, it's regression, but I was doing the past life regression for about 2.5 hours. So a lot of details, a lot of things came up and just left me extremely clear, crystal. And if I could leave you with anything, it will be trust yourself, trust the way your life is unfolding. There are no accidents. You and your higher self, your higher consciousness wrote this blueprint, you put the map together, and pay attention to the synchronicities, because everything happened for a reason. So that's what I wanted to share. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. And I think I have a couple more videos that I need to make, because there's other things that I want to talk about now. I'm getting back into the rhythm of making the videos. My schedule is really busy this year. I'm all over the place. I'm traveling a lot. But you'll see me more regularly than you did last year. Last year, I don't believe I made any videos, maybe 1 or 2, and I know I didn't write any poetry, didn't write anything. I was just in that dark place. Now, the light is bright. I'm feeling extremely brilliant. I'm feeling luminous, and we're going to put a lot more information. So I'm going to see you soon, and that's just what I want to leave you with. Trust your heart, stay with your heart chakra, move from a place of being heart-centered, and you'll see a lot of miracles unfold in your life, not only this year, but the years to come. We're living in a magnificent, magnificent time. We wanted to be here for this, and it's just a very beautiful experience. And with that, I'm out of here. Take care.